you wrote the theme song for A Different World. Was that at the same time that you were auditioning for the role of Julissa?
It was. It was. Within the same 7 days, I wrote the theme song and booked the spot. Like I said, I bugged the casting directors for almost 3 months to let me audition. When I heard about the show, I was still on the road with the tap dance kid. And they said, no, we love what you're doing in the show. You just stay right where you are. It's like, but okay, everybody can't be a freshman. Somebody has to be a sophomore. Something.
Right.
Something. So I got off the road. The tour ended. I was absolutely collecting unemployment checks. Was down to my last unemployment check when they called me back. This was on a Wednesday. They said, are you still interested in auditioning? I said, absolutely. Can you be here tomorrow? Absolutely. Less than an hour later, the musical director, Stu Gardner, called me and said, are you available to write this song for me? And he told me what it was and what the concept was, that the Lisa Bonet character, Denise Huxtable, was going to be going off to college and she's got the support of her parents. And I was like, okay. He says, well, all right, so fine. I'm going to send a messenger with a cassette with my thoughts for the music and let me see what you write over that. And I'll see you in the studio Friday. I said, but don't you want to meet first to see what I come up with? And he says, no, if you're the same person that wrote the stuff that I heard, I think you can do what I need done. I'll see you Friday. So sure enough, at that point, I thought my friends were playing a joke on me because that just doesn't happen.
Right.
So casting directors back and said, did you call me to come in tomorrow? They said, yes. Is there a problem? I said, no, not I will be there. So I immediately, God's honest truth, I immediately thought to myself, okay, this is big. This is bigger than anything I've done before, meaning the theme song. As a writer, I audition stuff all the time. But as a writer, I know what it is to copyright music. I know what it is to be mindful of the business of show. It's called show business for a reason. The word business is twice as long as the word show for a reason. So you can get caught up in the show and get run over by the business, or you handle your business. And the blessing and the grace and the gravy is the show and what it manifests. So I went into the yellow pages and started looking up lawyers and to see who I could get to represent me. And I remembered I had one of the courses I studied in school was music merchandising. And I had a book called This Business of Music. So I looked at the front of the book. It was written by 2 lawyers. They had an office in Manhattan. I caught 411. What's their number? I called them. I said, do you by any chance have a free paralegal service? Because I just graduated from college, but I need your help. But I can't afford you. They said, well, can you come in tomorrow? Tell us what's going on. So after my audition to be in the show, I walked over to their office and told them what it was. They said, we would be happy to represent you. I said, okay, you missed the part where I said, I can't afford you. I need to speak to your secretary or your godchild or somebody who knows a few things. And they said, no, we're actually impressed that you didn't just go ahead and sign something, that you really want to do this the right way. So we will handle this free of charge. All we ask is that when you get the opportunity, you be willing to pay it forward. I had never heard that term before. But what I'm saying is when you are in a position to be of service or help to someone else, you be willing to do that. And that's all the pay that we need. And until they passed away, for the blessing that those royalties have been to me, they would never accept a dime. And when things got complicated with the theme song, because one of the things that they negotiated was that I would get on-screen credit. I would get paid 50-50. And the director said, well, Mr. Cosby gets, 50% of everything that I do. So we'll have to split it 3 ways. And my attorney said, no, Mr. Cosby can have 50% of your 50%. But Dawnn Lewis wrote the lyrics. She wrote the music. I mean, she wrote the melody of the song. Technically, the song is hers. But how you get this, she will split it 50-50 and she will get screen credit. So they said, okay, yeah. But when the pilot aired, my name was not on the screen. It just said Mr. Gardner and Mr. Cosby. So my lawyers had to get involved again at no charge to me to make sure that that was corrected immediately. Yeah, that's the business.
But did that cause any controversy for you as an actress? Because I'm sure it did. Like you're taking them to court and, suing over the song while you're acting.
We didn't go to court. We didn't end up having to sue. But it was like, I got the response I got, even when we were doing Hanging with Mr. Cooper and they had us sing the opening theme song. It's like, what do you mean you want credit? You're in the show. What else do you want? It's like, no, you hired me as a musician, as a composer. You didn't hire me. No, I'm sorry. You hired me as an actor. You didn't hire me as a musician, a composer, or a singer. That's a completely separate reality. So yes, and it's in my contract. So the attorney said, you know what, you take whatever time you need, but until then you are in breach of contract and can't use the theme song until you fix it.